Good morning, everyone from sunny Vienna, Austria. A warm welcome from our side on the occasion of the Women's EHF Euro 2026 Qualifiers Phase 1 draw. Today, here with me conducting the draw is Mr. Markus Glaser, Chief Sports Officer of the EHF, and my name is Attila Heim. Today's draw is a milestone and a historical event because this is the very first draw conducted in the new EHF house, home of handball. Today's draw is the draw for the 2026 Women's EHF Euro Phase 1. 9 teams registered for playing in Phase 1. These teams, based on the respective Women's National Team 4E ranking, have been placed into pots. We have 3 pots with 3 teams each. The pots and the teams are the following. In pot 1, there is Bosnia and Herzegovina, Lithuania, and Luxembourg. In pot 2, Bulgaria, Cyprus, and Great Britain. In pot 3, Belgium, Estonia, and Malta. The Phase 1 will be played in 3 tournaments. In each tournament there will be 3 teams. Only the winners of each tournament will qualify to the Phase 2 of the Women's EHF Euro 2026 qualifiers. And those who make it through the qualifiers Phase 2 will be joining the teams at the Women's EHF Euro 2026 in December 2026 in 5 host countries, namely Poland, Romania, Czechia, Slovakia, and Turkey. But let's go back to our draw today. As I said, we have 9 teams lined up in these 3 pots, marked in blue balls, and we have a 4th pot, which has red balls in it. These are the organizational rights balls, which we will draw after the teams are drawn, and I will tell you more about that. So let's get back to the teams. As I said, we will be having 3 tournaments with 3 teams each. How will we conduct this draw? First, we will draw the teams in pot 3, then we move on to pot 2, then finally to pot 1. The teams that are drawn first from each pot will go to the first tournament, Group 1. The teams that are drawn second will go to the tournament 2, Group 2, and then teams that are drawn third will go to the third tournament, Group 3. Once the teams are drawn, we will move on to the organizational rights. These tournaments will be played in spring 2025, more precisely between the 7th and the 9th of March. Markus, I think we are ready to start the draw. Please proceed with pot 3. The first team that goes to row 3 in Group 1 is Estonia. The first team in row 3 in Group 2 is Malta. And the first team in Group 3 in row 3 is Belgium. Now it's time for us to move on to pot 2. Again, the same procedure we will do, which means that the first team drawn goes to Group 1, second team drawn Group 2, and third team drawn Group 3. Markus, please proceed. The first team from pot 2 joining Estonia in Group 1 is Great Britain. The team that goes to Group 2 and complements Malta is Bulgaria. The team in row 2 in group 3 is Cyprus. Now that the teams from pot 2 are drawn, we are moving on to pot 1. Marcus, please start. So far in group 1 we have Estonia and Great Britain. And now to row 1 goes Bosnia and Herzegovina. The last team in group 2 besides Malta and Bulgaria is Lithuania. And the team that is complementing group 3, where we already have Belgium and Cyprus, is Luxembourg. Let's do a recap of the groups. In group 1, we have Bosnia and Herzegovina, Great Britain and Estonia. Group 2 consists of Lithuania, Bulgaria and Malta. And in group 3, you can find Luxembourg, Cyprus and Belgium. Now that the teams have been drawn, we will move on to the organizational rights. As I said, we will be having 3 tournaments, and all teams have right to organize the tournament. What we are doing with this draw, we will define which teams in which row will have the first right to organize the tournaments, and then who will have the second right and the third right. So whatever row we draw first, the teams in that row will have the primary right to organize the tournament. Marcus, let's start with the organization rights. The primary organizational rights goes to teams in row 2, meaning Great Britain, Bulgaria and Cyprus. The secondary organization rights go to teams in row 1, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Lithuania and Luxembourg. And last but not least, the third organization rights goes to row 3 teams, which are Estonia, Malta and Belgium. With that being said, we thank you for your attention. Today's draw is concluded.